All right, guys. Hopefully everything is working. So, hey, welcome to the Sim Racing Paddock. I'm William Marsh, and in front of me is the Automobilista 2 Beta release number 3. So, this is basically the third release of the beta for AMS2, and I'm just realizing the chat is not synced up. It's still being based off of that old stream, so hold on 1 second. I'm gonna fix that real quick. But yeah, so it's all working. That is great to hear. So this is an interesting beta release because this is so far the smallest improvements, in my opinion, versus what we've gotten in the previous releases. So we have one new vehicle, one new track. And I didn't say car because it is actually the truck. So if we look here, it is the COPA truck, not to be confused with a COPA truck. But yeah, this is the COPA Racing Series truck. And this one is interesting because this is one of the new editions that actually is officially licensed. So you have brands such as the, I guess it's Iveco Stralis, MAN trucks, Mercedes-Benz, and Volkswagen. So it's interesting seeing that. And yeah, it'll be interesting to test out these trucks. So they do have the official liveries as well. So yeah, that's one of the new additions to this. And then there's also, I believe, one new track. I'm trying to remember the name. I believe it's one of the G tracks. So I believe it was Guapore. So yeah, it's interesting to see this. One of the people I saw commented this, calling it like Brazilian Sukuba or something like that. But yeah, so with that being said, we do have this new beta. We are able to test it out and see how everything goes. So yeah, this has been a relatively light update. So if we look at the options, we do have things. So we do have, for example, now I have set the HUD level to full because we do have some new elements. Driving line is a new addition, I believe. I don't think I tested it out yet. So I have not tested that out, but I remember I was driving in AMS2 with one of my friends, and I wanted to turn on the driving line for him in the previous update. Didn't see it. Now I see it. So I'm guessing that is another addition. And then there's also been minor physics tweaks, things like that, to sort of help with the improvements. And we'll try to gauge that, see how it feels, compares, and whatnot. But first off, let's do a quick test session with this new truck, because I am definitely intrigued to see how this truck performs. Because I didn't actually have the truck simulator. I forget what it was called. It was like Game Formula Truck or something like that. I never had that. I don't think I really tested out these trucks in AMS2 or AMS1 because I believe they were added. So yeah. And then yeah, Zeno Ye Parksy or Parsi, however you pronounce your name, multiplayer was added on. So that is another exciting addition that we can try maybe looking into, but I'm guessing this time of day we're not going to see much, unfortunately. But yeah, right now we are in the truck. I'm going to turn down the volume just a hair because it's a little loud. So yeah, it's interesting because these first two gears are, for just full disclosure, I know nothing about these trucks. So the first two gears feel very, very short. And then, okay, so you do need to blip to shift. But this thing has like 1,200 horsepower, if I remember correctly. So I've never driven these before, so I'm trying to figure out how to drive them. Feels like you have to really swing the weight around. And then, oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, that rear really will step out on you. So just learning at the moment, and we'll see how this goes. But yeah, tons of wheel spin. Power slide out of the corner. So I'm actually able to maintain this slide okay with this car, kind of, or truck. Just try to throw it in. Just torque through. Yeah, it's a little better for catching slides. So in this corner, let's see. Yeah, I mean, that second gear has nothing. So I'm wondering if first and second gears in this truck basically are just to get the car or the vehicle moving. Keep on wanting to say car. This is no car. This is definitely a beast, to put it that way. So use the throttle to brake the rear wheels. Punch the throttle. And slid out too much. A minor contact, but I'm guessing in a truck like this, you don't have to worry about that. I apologize for my abysmal driving of the truck. It's learning experience, I'll put it that way. How many gears does this have? 6, okay. So it's not like one of those real trucks in ETS or something like that that have like 20 gears or something like that. I know that's an exaggeration, but I'm just saying, like, yeah. So third gear, I want to shift down to second, but it's like, the second I breathe on the throttle, it just breaks free on me. So the force feedback in this is pretty darn heavy too. I'm not sure like how the steering model in this is in real life or how it's set up, but it's interesting, I'll say that. So just ride the front or ride the brakes there. Try to get to step out a little more. Didn't really do that. Yeah, this is a interesting thing to try to get a hang of, I'll put it that way. So yeah, I do want to talk about a couple things real quick while we're in this screen. So yeah, first off, the user interface, the UI, the HUD, we are starting to see some new life into it. So on the top left, you are seeing a position indicator as well as current lap. Thank goodness. Now we can see what laps like we're on during a race. That was one of the things that was really frustrating while we were doing races in AMS2 beta before. So that's great to see that is in right now. And then we see the time hierarchy, the position indicator thingy-majigger. You see that right under it. So that would show like best lap times, things like that, which this is definitely not a best lap time. We are seeing the track map on the top right underneath my social media info and links. So shameless plug time. If you want, you can go check those out if you haven't already. The HUD on the bottom right is basically unchanged. We see the speed, we see the DRS indicator, we see the tires, and those front tires are seeing a lot of abuse right now. So yeah, the fuel indicator is there. You see the live time and the potential on the far left. That is, I believe, still carryover from Project Cars 2/Madness Engine base. So I'm guessing that will likely be changed in the future. And then still on the bottom left, there is absolutely nothing to report in terms of the user interface. There is the virtual mirror, which is good, so we have that. But yeah, that's just about it. And this is the full user interface I have set right now. There is a screen for telemetry, but I'm guessing that's a UI remainder from Project Cars 2. I have no idea if Riza Studios is going to carry that over. We'll find out. And Nikola Tesla. What is compared to ACC? So yeah, ACC is an interesting beast. In my opinion, as of right now, the physics in ACC are beating out AMS2. There's still some weird behaviors right now in AMS2, in my opinion, that I want to kind of see refined and improved. But so far, it does seem like in this beta 3, from the single truck I'm testing out right now, it is a little easier to maintain a slide. So one of my main complaints from betas 1 and 2 might be getting addressed. So yeah, that's great to see. Rainer's S3235. Yes, and this is a real vehicle. This is a real Volkswagen COPA truck. So this is a real vehicle, as you would say. It's weird to drive this, but it is real. I'll say that. And yeah, so it's like Riza Studios is definitely interesting in terms of their licensing, because they are primarily located out of Brazil, which means the majority of their content from the previous games and in this so far are Brazilian. So that's something that is needing to be taken into consideration. So yeah, I'm not going to torment you with this truck any longer. I'm going to hop out of this. Those tires, front tires, are pretty shot. So, yeah, this was an interesting truck to drive. We're going to jump into an actual car next. And yeah, so we'll do a quick look through of the roster again. There's the ARC Series Camaro, which I know is one of my personal favorites in this. This is basically like, if you take one of those old-fashioned Legends cars and bring it into the 21st century. So yeah, this has basically, it's a 4-cylinder motorcycle engine, maybe souped up, sequential gearbox, and very, very like miniaturized car, but a lot of fun to drive. This would be like a 3/4 scale car. Then we have the Caterhams, the 620R, the Academy, the Superlight, and the Super Sport. So we have that. We have the Copa Classic, which is, I guess, one of the retro retro Brazilian racing series. So for those, we have two real licensed cars, the Puma GTE and the Chevrolet Chevette. So we have that. And then we have other Copa Classic and the Puma GTB. That's nice to see. We have the Copa Fuchsia, which I guess is a series that ran with a like old Volkswagen Beetle, 120 horsepower. Yay. Then we have the Copa truck that we just raced with. So the Iveco Stralis, the MAN truck, Mercedes-Benz, and Volkswagen. The Copa Uno 1 looks like a Volkswagen Golf. Okay. Formula 3 2001 version as well as 2009 version. Interesting seeing how they kind of upgrade throughout the years. The Formula Classic Gen 1, which I did feature in a shootout style video, another shameless plug, for a head-to-head comparison for Automobilista 2 versus Automobilista 1 versus Project Cars 2. Fun video. I'd recommend you check it out when you get the chance. So yeah, there's the Model 1, Model 2. There's the Generation 2. These are new additions to AMS2. So we see the Model 1, Model 2, Model 3. We have the Classic Gen 3. So we have these. The Formula Riza, which I believe is loosely based off of the 2012 Red Bull racing Formula 1 car. We have the Formula Trainer with or without, and we have the Formula Trainer, the Formula Trainer Advanced. We have the Formula Ultimate, which is based off of a 2019 F1 car. We have the Formula V10, based off of 2004, I believe. Formula V12, based off of 1995. We have the Formula V and Formula V with a shark fin. Ooh-ha. So yeah, I'm guessing it's the same engine, so both of them have 106 horsepower. They just didn't enter in the info for the shark fin. We have the Formula Vintage, Gen 1 Model 1, and Gen 1 Model 2. These are based off of 1967 F1, I believe. We have a V12 and a V8 version. We have the Generation 2, which is I believe, based off of 68, 69. So we have the wings there, V8, V12 again. We have the Ultima GTR Race. I'm wondering if so there's the street car version down there. But yeah, this is the Ultimate GTR Race version. Okay, and also another new addition. We have more karts in the sim. So we tested out the 125cc two-stroke kart previously, as well as the super kart. There's also the GX390 kart. So these are the four-stroke go-karts, I believe. So we have the GX390 race and the rental kart version. We're definitely going to need to try that out on the stream. And the 125cc shifter. I don't remember that being in before. But that's interesting because it looks like this model has the four-stroke engine, because that's the two-stroke engine. And then that looks more like a four-stroke with an airbox. So yeah, that's interesting to see. We have the Mitsubishi Lancer and the RS. That's nice to see. I thought maybe it was only the Lancer R last release, and now it's the RS as well. But that's interesting to see, because I would have thought the Mitsubishi Lancer, that was all-wheel drive, not rear-wheel drive. So I wonder if that's just something wrong in the UI and needs to be fixed later, but that's interesting to see. We have the Opala old stock car. So that's one of the older era stock cars for Brazil. I believe this is a early 70s, early mid 70s, maybe late 60s, not certain. We have the Metal Moro cars. Freaking love these AGRs. So much fun to drive. We have the MRX with the shark fin for P2 class. We have the MRX Honda for P3. And we have the MRX Standard for P4, as well as the MCR S2000. We have the Sprint Race car, which was a lot of fun to drive as well. We have the Stock Car Brazil, which was basically the series in AMS that, or slash Game Stock Car Elite, or Extreme, slash Game Stock Car, slash Game Stock Car 2013, that really started this all. It was such a fun car. And yeah, street cars, we have the Ultimate GTR, we have the Super V8, and the Super Kart. EF equals yes. I do not know what that means, but let's try something little interesting. We have now tested the largest vehicle in the game. Let's go to the smallest. So we're going to do the GX390 rental kart. But here's the thing. We have to do a race. So we're going to do the karts first, and then I'll give the Street Ultimate a try, because we've done that a few times, but it's still a fun car to drive. So without further ado, let's go to karting, the GX390 rental kart. This shall be interesting. 50 watching. Nice. Thank you. And remember, guys, if you're enjoying the stream so far, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps keep me on track. Also helps with the algorithm, which is completely murdering me lately. Like, this algorithm's really hit hard this past year, which sucks. I mean, yeah, I'm ranting a bit about that, but hey, I'm still blessed to be able to do what I'm doing. I'm trying to remember what kart track there was, because no, there's no Donington Park kart. Baruma? No, that's 1.8 miles. Bellow Park? No. Where were Ortona? That's what it was. So we're gonna do that. Opponent settings. We'll do 19. They recommended the default aggression in this beta release to be at 50. So we'll do that. We'll do 95% AI strength. Now this shall be interesting. Rental carts. I have a lot of experience with rental carts, like from my local Scandia, and yeah, whatnot. So 4-stroke carts shall be interesting to see. But first,
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yep. We'll see how this goes. So it started us in 3rd place, so let's just go back a bit. So we'll let some other carts pass. Did they do any changes to UI? I'd assume they would. Okay, so this is literally rental cart racing. Robin's racing. We'll put it that way. 45 miles an hour from a rental cart. Whoa! Oh man, that force feedback just whipped out on me. Did not expect that. That's why you gotta be careful, guys. Like, direct drive force feedback is no joke. But oh, that 4-stroke engine, no power, like, at all. But yeah, I'm liking this user interface right now. Save for the lap time bit right there overlapping with the standings. Hopefully they can fix that ASAP. But yeah, the UI, this HUD is very minimalistic, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. But yeah, it's functional right now, so that's what I'm saying. But yeah, that lap timing and the potential time, that is getting in the way, which is unfortunate. But yeah, the track map is nice for someone like me that doesn't know the track. But yeah, this is definitely giving me memories of karting at Scandia after playing mini golf or things like that. I mean, those carts didn't go 50 miles an hour, so yeah. Limited to 59. Whoa. It's a putt-putt. Oh, I loved the putt-putt video games growing up, Billy. Thanks for the nostalgia there. But yeah, we have that lap time delta screen as well now. That's cool to see. Fastest lap, we are 28 seconds to good. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that works properly. Karts and AMS1 were the most accurate to me. I would go out and agree with you on that. They really did a great job simulating the different tires. The rental tires in AMS1, those felt like pretty darn spot on compared to rental carts I drove in the past. Let's see if we can close in on any of these guys. But again, what's interesting, I've been talking about it in my kind of discussions about Automobilista, or Automobilista 2 specifically. It just feels like I'm not able to maintain a slide. And granted, with these, with these kinds of tires, you're not going to have much slip, or much give at the limit of grip before it starts sliding. And short wheelbase makes it very snappy, but there, I think that should slide more than it does. But yeah, it's one of those weird situations. So Confrade, however you pronounce your name, they added more to the HUD, as you can see here. They added what was it? The COPA Truck Series, which is those big rig trucks that they race. They added that. They added rental carts, which I'm testing out right now. But I think right now I'm gonna rage restart this race because we went too far back when I spun out. So let's just see if I can actually provide some good wheel-to-wheel action with you guys. Let's bump this guy a bit, get him going. Oh yeah, in beta 2, we had some weird animations for the carts with steering. So we'll see if those are still in place right now. So I'm actually gonna slow down here. Are these carts at least a little similar to the AMS1 ones? This feels a little snappier in my opinion, actually. This feels a little snappier. Not able to slide as well as I would in AMS1, so that's kind of disappointing. But yeah, like, you would feel the old rental tires washing out in a turn. And I mean, you still feel that a bit, but these tires feel a little more grippy, which is kind of weird. They're like early 90s DTMs without ABS and zero wing. That's a good way to put it. So, let's see. Run him off. I'm the aggressive Carter. Woo! But yeah, guys, this is pretty fun at least. I'd say, again, it's not at the level of AMS1, but it's fun. I'm gonna say that. But you can see the engine bogged down. I also don't know, is it partly due to me just flooring the throttle? Could that be flooding the engine a bit? All right, bogging it down. Oh, wow. AI made a huge mistake there. AI made a huge mistake there. That was interesting because that was like a believable AI, like human error mistake. Just smack that curb and go off. Whoa, there was a big stutter right there. If it's too rich at low rev, it's going to be pretty sluggish. Well, I got it. Let's see. I'm at about half throttle right now. I would love a throttle indicator in this because, yeah, you can't see like my throttle inputs, and maybe sometime I'll add a pedal cam or something like this to my driving. But yeah, it's interesting to see that. But yeah, we're bogging down. But yeah, I don't know if that stutter's due to me streaming or what, but it's like, yeah, that was a massive stutter. But also, I'm running this ultra maxed out graphics, I believe, at 1080p, and we're still getting a pretty darn good frame rate, if I say so myself. But yeah, what I might actually do is, because this is a 15-lap race, I'm gonna jump out of this, and what I want to do is I want to do the shifter carts to compare. So I'm gonna bust out the shifter cart and give that a go. So can give us a good comparison. So this is a 125cc shifter. We're gonna do it in blue, and we're gonna turn down the race laps. We're gonna do 5 laps. That's better than nothing. So yeah, this will be interesting to see, and at least I'm starting to learn this track. But yeah, it's like karts, they don't have suspension, they don't have assisted steering or anything like that, so it's heavy steering. Oh my gosh, woo! That's pandemonium right there. Oh, I'm around! Fail! I want to try to get close to another car to try to see if these have front and rear brakes or just rear. Okay, it looks like they have front brake calipers. Yeah, I looked at the front axle of that red cart, and it looked like they had simulated front brakes. I believe in the sprint cart in this game, they don't have front brakes. That's a bit of a dive. Yeah, Billy, thanks for the input. Whoa! Ah, dang, Flabbit. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, that must have been a slight glitch. Just got locked up with that guy. Okay, that's our mulligan start. We gotta do a full race, guys. We gotta actually do a decent race. But yeah, we just got dived on. Wow, that was almost a perfect start. Woo! Whoa! 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 That was close. That was close. I'm just gonna pretend that was the guy who ran me off the track last race. Wow. Okay, they need to. Yeah. I mean, it seems like after the start, they're actually doing pretty well, except for that guy who goes around. But I mean, that reminds me of watching karting events at Sonoma Raceway, so that kind of felt accurate, but that kind of start was just absolutely nuts. Woo! So I've never driven a shifter in real life. I have driven a 125 and a 100cc shift kart, or sprint kart, not shifter. So I've driven those, but I've never driven an actual shifter kart. But yeah, the steering feels pretty darn good. I'll give it that. Man, this steering, all right, force feedback. If you hit those curves, it'll brutalize you. There are some karts pitting. But it seems like the AI is actually willing to battle with you. That's nice to see. Yeah, I need to find an opportunity to try shifter kart in real life. I've barely driven Kartcraft, but I'd still say at this point Kartcraft is better. Whoa! Sit down on me. I just chopped off that guy's nose. Rip cone over there. Oh, that was a nice slide out of the corner. That is textbook right into slide. This is miles better than Project Cars 2 karts. So much better. So much more fun. Those carts are almost intolerable in my opinion. Mandatory pit. Oh. Oh my gosh. That was amazing. Where do I go? I am so confused right now. Mandatory pit stop. I'll just take the penalty. I guess I accidentally turned it on. Whoops. Sorry guys, I didn't realize I had mandatory pit stop on. But yes. Oh, that stung a bit. Yeah, Digital Pierre, there's still quite a few placeholders that I'm hoping get like brought out and removed. Oh, he's off. He caught it. Okay. Oh, he tried to move me aside. Disqualified. Pit spot disobeyed. Ouch. Okay. So, meh. So the car setup options, they postponed to release number 4. Release number 4. That's what they're saying. And thanks, Confrod, for subscribing. Aye. So yeah, they postponed car setups to release 4. So I guess they're still working on that, but that should be out in a week or so, I'm guessing. So yeah. Can I check steering sensitivity? Okay, so to do that, go into controls, configuration, steering sensitivity 50. Not stuck for me. Yeah, I checked this earlier. It had no information on that. But I'm curious. So gameplay settings. If we go to display, show lap info, off. Or is that what we're... Yes, I think that will take off the placeholder. G-Hammer, I believe it's supposed to be, yeah, like a couple weeks, but honestly, I'm going to say part of me is hoping they delay it. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but at the same time, it's something where the 1.0 release, that'll at least get it out to everyone, and they can have a improvement and stuff. Counter debate. I thought that was included in the first release. The first release already had VR. Now driving these carts in VR would be amazing. I'll have to try that later. Alrighty, let's try something else. We were saying the Ultima GTR street car. Was that what you were wanting? So we're gonna do that. We are turning off the mandatory pit stop because we don't really need it for a 5-lap race. So yeah. Let's try this over at Donington Park. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna do the national circuit though. I do the GP circuit too much, so yeah, we'll see about that. Did I have a driver body in the truck? Only appears in VR if you have turn head. I haven't checked. Counter debate, one of the reasons I don't really do much for streaming VR is because it provides a slightly less pleasant experience for the viewers. When I'm talking and VR and stuff, the headset shakes around, it gets jittery, things like that. Also, it takes a lot of overhead out of the graphics card and the CPU. So I don't know if I'm actually capable of streaming and maintaining a good frame rate in VR. So that would make it like me motion sick, likely, things like that. And yeah, I'd be happy to do a normal VR video, but streaming VR, I just feel a little meh about. So yeah, we still have the placeholder names. So we have Brains 1. The Brains gets the poll, okay. Duel 1, William SRP, number 1, I guess. Duel 2, Cautious 2, William SRP, number 2. Brains 2, Top Performer 2, William SRP, number 3. Duel 3, Average 3, Cautious 4, Perfect 2, Cautious 1, William SRP 5, Chopper 1, Chunky 1. I thought I was the chunky one, but I'm losing weight, so. Sleepy 2, Spooky 2, Amateur 1. Amateurs in the back, not surprised. Someone donate a Threadripper. Hey, I just put a 3900X in this system, and I love that. Needed some water, though. Alrighty. Whoa! Okay. Not off to a great start. Let's do that again. Mulligan time. But yeah, digital, I only have a 2700X. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta watch that start. Oh my gosh. I got dumped, flat out wrecked. They came from behind. I mean, I spun the wheels, but he just murdered me. All right, take 3. Third time's the charm? Let's find out. Third time is not the charm. Okay, take 4. Let's see how many times it takes to get a good start. Jump the start that time. But yeah, these guys are cutthroat right now. I was as far left as I could go. And now I murder them. AI needs to be a little less crazy. So, interesting thought. I believe in a previous stream, I drove the Ultima GTR street car, I believe, and it was running sequential. Now this is H, but I could be wrong. I could have actually been driving the race car. I'm not sure. But yeah, you hear the gears grinding if I try to shift. Nice touch. Can I lift and shift? No. Oh, it was a race. Okay, thanks for that clarification. hey, I'm actually able to get a decent slide going in this. But yeah, it's again, like after the crazy start, it feels like these guys are doing okay. I mean, yeah. I think to give myself just fair opportunity, I'm just going to go into a test session to see how that goes. Because I think test session would be a little better for this car. So yeah, test day. We'll go to Donington Park, national layout. And then we're going to go to the Ultima. Oh, that's the GTR race, street cars, Ultima. And yeah. Eredzitis, this Dono is different than AC Dono. Are you talking about the layout or just everything on this? Because to my knowledge, this version of Donington Park was LiDAR scanned. So this version was LiDAR. So this version might be more accurate, I don't know. But yeah, so this is LiDAR scanned and then brought to the game. Oh my gosh, that wheel spin is insane. How's the force feedback feel in a slide? A little more intuitive than last release, which is nice. You can get the sense of the tires losing grip, regaining grip. Well, Eredzitis, I know that the version of Donington Park that was used in the original mods was like the, what was it? It was like 2014, 2015 version, I believe. And then they released the 2018 version. I don't know how different it is now. But yeah, it's like they got rid of that bridge a while back, I believe. Oh, that chicane is... yeah. I haven't really taken a deep look, but it's like, yeah. The AC version is an incredibly done mod track, but it is a mod track, so... like, this version's LiDAR scan, so it'll be interesting to compare this to the Project Cars 2 version of Donington, as well as the ACC version when that comes out this, I believe, winter. But yeah, now that I'm in like a closed environment, can really get the idea of the feeling of this car, and oh my gosh, it's feeling pretty darn nice. Get that slideways. There's still that biting moment that is really harsh in this. You feel that bite and you just gotta center it like that, or else it'll just pink slap you like that. Donington had a lot of work done last year. Okay. There's that stutter again. I didn't get that stutter in beta 1 or 2, but I'm getting it in 3. Interesting. But it could be from me streaming as well. The weight shift back has never been mastered in sim yet. I'd be willing to say that. There's some that get it close, but it's like... so yeah, I'm starting to get to that point where I can slide out a bit like that. Punch the throttle. But, oh, bam!
Bam! Who's passing out the harps and the halos?
Okay, let's get a fresh car. So yeah, I would love to see what happens when the garage screen gets configured. How much of this feeling it can be induced or reduced from setup adjustments. That would be definitely interesting to see. But yeah, so like here, going to the corner, mash the throttle, That is a better slide than I believe I could do in beta 2. But I think they're making some improvements to that kind of over the limit grip. I'm not certain though. Yeah, Vilmacher, that's kind of a double-edged sword though, because yeah, the iRacing tracks are laser scanned, but at the same time they're kind of hampered by the limitations of what, like, when it was scanned. For example, Silverstone. Like Silverstone, do they even have the new Silverstone anymore? Do they have that new Silverstone yet? But they have the Silverstone that was scanned in like 2008, and that's a great version, circa 2008. Same thing with one of my favorite tracks, Sonoma Raceway. Sonoma Raceway, I still believe the last time they scanned that track was around 2009 or so. So they've made adjustments. They've adjusted the dogleg, the turn 9 area for the IndyCar track and things like that. They've made adjustments, they've made tweaks. So it's like, yeah, it's a great laser scan Sonoma, but it is admittedly out of date. So the question is, Race Room has the new Sonoma Raceway. So that Sonoma Raceway is incredibly well done. Elevation changes and stuff feel pretty darn good. Granted, I've never actually driven on the Sonoma track in real life, but it feels pretty darn close to the iRacing version and very believable. So it's like, okay, which one's better? The laser scan version or the one built on CAD data that is based off of the newer version? But hey, both of them are miles better than the Project or Cars 2 one. That version of Sonoma Raceway, that was easily one of the worst versions of Sonoma I'd ever driven, even compared to Gran Turismo 4. But yeah, I am very intrigued by what's going on with the development of this, because it's like, yeah, this feels pretty darn good. Hit that slide out. Getting a tank slapper. And yeah, I can't save that. Okay, so yeah, this Ultima GTR is a beast. Let's just take a look at this real quick for a minute. Mr. Junior, as of beta release number 2, they released the embargo. As long as you explicitly say that it is a beta. I think this is the 3rd time I've had to explain this to you. Yeah. Just saying. So yeah, this is miles better from what I've felt and what I've seen. It's definitely interesting. It's not perfect. But they are making incremental upgrades. It's nice to see that. It's nice to see the improvements. It's nice to see this progress. But it's like, it's weird. It's weird seeing this kind of shift so quickly. That's one of the things. But yeah, G Hammer, thank you for subscribing. Thank you very much. So yeah, guys, shameless plug again. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps keep me on track. So, and also helps with the algorithm. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. Put digital vibrance on 67 and grass is fantastic. But yeah, it's definitely interesting seeing Project Cars 2 graphics, but feeling a lot of Automobilista coming through. It's definitely interesting. And it's throwing you into some unconventional cars. It's some of these weird cars that you would never drive in real life, in most sim environments. Are all the flags in the game Brazilian? That is a good question. This was a British track, Brazilian flags. But yeah, Digital Peers. This is built off of the Madness engine. And Risa Studios was saying they were basically given free reign to make modifications and enhancements to the engine to try to make it work better and fit their needs. So yeah, it's interesting seeing this. So what I'm going to do is another new addition to this beta, and that is the Formula Classic Gen 2 Model 2, or Gen 2. So these are the second generation cars, I believe, just based off of early mid 80s. This, I believe, is actually, I don't know what kind of car this is, but hey, this must have the transmission out of Fast and Furious. Okay, hold on a second. That's 253,528,144 speed transmission. That is hilarious. Gotta love placeholders. I'm just saying. So yeah, we checked that out. And what should we test? We'll do Montreal. Montreal Historic. That should be fun. So yeah, it's interesting seeing this feeling, and this is going to be interesting though, because we were in my shootout comparison based off of the Beta 2. I was using the Formula Classic Gen 1. So I'm curious to see how this feels at the edge of grip now.
Nice and easy, you got this.
Hey Gary, how's it going? Good seeing you here. Ooh, that sound. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Am I going? Or no, this is the right way. Next race, can you see if the skid marks are on the surface or hovering just above it? Wait, what? What the heck? Two bad shifts and alrighty. I think since we're in a free test session, we can just race out of here. That throttle off sound is absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, that, yeah, answers the question, mechanical failure, so hold on a second. Oh my gosh, I love that sound. Oh, they said turn off damage for current beta? Okay. Yeah, Gary, I'm enjoying streaming more often. So yeah, I might have to turn off damage. So it makes me wonder, are they working on the tolerances for engine failures for like dumping the clutch? Because that would be pretty cool, like for like bad shifts, a few bad shifts, and it torches your engine, because that's how it's like in real life. I love that shift sound. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So let's turn off the damage and we can do some laps in this car, because I'm loving this sound. This sound is absolutely amazing. We got to do a few laps in this. Oh my gosh. But yeah, guys, remember, disclaimer, this is a beta. This is beta version 3. Starting to get more refined, but it is still a beta. So keep that in mind. There are going to be bugs, nitpicks, and things like that. So yeah. That's just kind of the par for the course that can happen with this. So yeah, we have damage off. We are going to jump back in this car because it sounds freaking amazing. I'm loving this car. Glitches and all. So yeah. So now I can be a little more sloppy with my shifts, I guess. Oh yeah, there's that clutch slip though. Oh my gosh. Get the temps up a bit. That trail brake slide felt pretty nice. Yeah, Erwin, I'm wondering, like, so yeah, I can hear the car bottoming out. It's one of those things I'm betting that once they start really making more of an effort to make baseline setups, because yeah, baseline setups, I mean, those aren't really going to be in this beta as of right now. Wait. I turned off damage though, didn't I? Or is there a separate slider to turn off mechanical failures? Ah!
No!
Yep.
And I think to myself, what an incompetent fool.
Ah. That sucked, but hey, what can you do? I'm only human. Hey Larry, how's it going? Just a quick test. Okay, engine didn't blow. Okay, nice touch. Look right under the chat box. If you look there, you can see it says F1 on the tire. That's pretty cool. Yeah, loading times look pretty darn good, I'll say that. Yeah, this is a placeholder sound for the tire scrubbing, Erwin. They've been going on the record to say that they're going to be fixing that. Again, it's all believe it when I hear it, but yeah, it's like, I can understand this being a placeholder. Now I'm going to shut up for a minute, and I just want you guys to bask in this glory that is this car. All right. Yes, this sounds freaking amazing. Bloody awesome. But yeah, so to answer your guys' questions, I was browsing the server lobbies earlier and there was only one server, but there was a make your own server button. So I'm guessing, yes, there will be functionality to host your own races. But yeah, that's going to be good. So yeah, they're saying, to kind of expound on G Hammer's point, they are talking about things along the line of long-term roadmap updates. So it's like, yes, they are going to be doing things like 2 years down the line. They're saying some of the things they want to do, they won't even be able to touch on until like a couple of years, which that's a good thing and a bad thing. That shows that they're committed to this in the long haul, but that means, yeah, there are some things we won't see for at least a year or two. So it's like that kind of weird thing. So we'll see how it all works out, but yeah, it's like right now what we're getting a look at, even in beta, is this sort of foundation. We're seeing what's the start. And then where it goes from there, time will tell. Ooh. Oh my. That is so much better than beta 2. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Of course, freaking right after I set up my, I do my shootout video talking about my complaints about limited grip, it just gives me one of those freaking amazing moments. What kind of sorcery is Riza Studios doing that you can do that? Because yeah, that would be impossible to do in Project Cars 2. And impossible to have like a slide moment like that. Yeah. I mean, that was a lot of what I was asking for from Riza. To be able to have a slide like that. I mean, yeah. Okay, so that's how you take that final corner. Oh my gosh. That is insane. Couldn't save that, but yeah, it's like... Well, Digital Peer, I'm not gauging it off the Ultima. I'm gauging it off of the Beta 2 shootout I just released before doing this live stream. And that was based off of a Formula Classic. Granted, that one was an older one, which would have meant it should have been easier to slide than this one, which is now really nice to slide. It's like, yeah. But yeah, a slide like that, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like, that's what I wanted. And it's giving me that kind of slide. Being able to actually steer and get to that opposite lock. Because it's like, if you breathe in a counter steer before, it would be like, what? But yeah, this is promising, and oh my gosh, I am working up a sweat. But yeah, love this car, love this track. Oh my gosh, this is fun. 10 block and F1 car. Yeah, I'm like the Walmart knockoff brand of Ken Block. Okay, so let's do an experiment. Let's see. I'm gonna swap rims because yeah, we've been our confrad, we did do the trucks, but I have an experiment. Let's try an actual race. Let's do a race with these trucks. This should be interesting. We're gonna go with the Mercedes-Benz this time, though. All of them are pink and black and silver. Interesting. My latest comparison video was based off of beta version 2, which I tried making clear in the video description. So yeah, and it's like right after I finish editing that, beta 3 comes out. Go figure. So let's do Brands Hatch with this. We're gonna do 5 laps. And we're doing no damage, so yeah. No damage right now because that could be mayhem. Checking some messages real quick. But yeah, Uriditis! No NHL, no sports for now, and no racing! Thank you, coronavirus. But yeah, it's crazy because my classes are getting delayed, things like that. Oh my gosh, it's brutal. All these are Mercs. It's the Merc battle. It's the Merca. Or no, NASCAR's Merca. Well, I just slammed that Mercedes off the road. Get that slideways. Yeah, the AI do get turbo starts. But look at that massive turbo on the engine. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I'm calling that a drift. And that's a stutter. Oh, understeer. Oh. I merked the Merc. Yeah, that massive turbo off the engine. That thing is freaking nuts. Oh my gosh, that clearance for the bridge. We're gonna take a look in the replay. Does that actually clip through though? These are some steering with pedals. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Ah! Almost saved it. Woo. That slide. That. And I make a pass on a guy. Hey Jeffrey, how's it going? And thanks for watching. Looks like driving down I-17 in Arizona. But yeah, I almost went down to Orange County for spring break, but just with coronavirus and stuff and preparing to sell my house, it's like, yeah, unfortunately the timing just did not work. But instead I can provide this content for you guys. Understeer galore. But that left front tire, oh my gosh. Can we please survive one race at least? But yeah, it's like my mother has a compromised autoimmune system, and it's like she was planning on going to Florida for spring break, but she literally just rescheduled her break to June to be able to do that. Felt like I was about to give a bump. But yeah, my classes have been postponed till end of March, which is weird. Yeah, I'm like, we could just toss out the season, pretend it never happened. I'm fine with that. But oh, that that bridge. Stay on the track, please, 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 and thank you. Ah, that was a nice slide job, though. Come on. Take the spot back. And now I can ram him off the road. Yeah, this shark season was horrible. I'm just fine forgetting it. But hey, some of our depth pieces are pretty good, at least. So question, are these trucks front wheel drive? Because I thought they might have been rear, but I don't know for sure. No, they are not. Okay. That's just me totally going too aggressively into the corners, I guess. But yeah, that's what I was wondering, because it feels like rear wheel drive, but my fronts are cooking, no cooking in my rears. Well, Eridsitis, I would not call Eric Carlson a disaster. Like, even recovering from the groin surgery he had, he was like the Sharks point leaders when he broke his thumb, which I almost just broke my thumb. Oh, that was scary. Yeah, I almost just freaking break my thumb as I'm talking about someone who broke his thumb. That's poetic, I guess. My race is now made a parallel to the shark season. Something I'd rather forget. But hey, this is fun though. And rage quit. Screw it. Wait. Yeah, this wheel's not even working now. Okay. I'm not sure. Why is it not working? Huh. Okay. Well, for now, I'm gonna rage quit this. Alright, Digital Peer, thanks for dropping by. So, I'm gonna swap out this rim. This $80-ish 3D printed button box. One of the reasons I am sort of waiting to put out my video is I'm awaiting final confirmation on pricing and stuff, because it seems like the guy's kind of going back and forth on price and stuff. So figuring out the right thing. Yeah, Jeffrey, I think 2020, 2021, we're going to see a breakout for Carlson. I feel it coming. We'll see what happens. So let's try something a little different this time around. we'll see what we can do with this series. So we're gonna do Kansai again. I am going to map the settings though real quick. But yeah, one of the things I do want to see in an upcoming release beta for Automobilista 2, get rid of this freaking control scheme thing. This is a mess. Give us presets. We need presets. Please, thank you. Please. Yes, presets. That is what we need. So yeah. With that being said, hopefully that comes soon. Good speed limiter. All right. And pause. There we go. Run to Formula V. We will after that. Okay, so race session. What I'm going to do, though, is rain with fog. Why not? Well, I mean, he's no Pionk. Yeah, Formula Vs, those are so much fun. But yeah, one of the interesting things also in this beta is the road cars don't have functional wipers yet. They're still working on that animation and stuff. So that'll be interesting to see as time goes on. That is a total turbo start for that. Okay. That is what you call a mulligan. How the heck do they get that turbo start? They need more realistic starts. There's no way in heck they could do that in the rain. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa! Okay, wheel-on-wheel contact. That almost flipped me. For the record, we have damage off because we were testing one of the beta cars and they recommended turn damage off. So yeah, that's why. And I just forgot to re-enable it, which I guess is a good thing. Well, I guess this is the same Madness Engine effect that the AI cars are just much better in rain than they should be. Oh my gosh, how are they? If I turn down the AI strength, it'd be better. Yeah, watch this guy just blow past me. This is the Senna AI. Them driving in the rain like this. But yeah, it's like we're feeling the effects. But just bring it in. No, I mean, we had a lot of downforce there. That was a big lock up there. But yeah, this is fun at least. So there's the helmet cam that has a lot of that corner look in that I'm not a big fan of. But we, whoa, we are around. Yeah, it kind of sucks that we have that really powerful AI that is even in the rain, or the Schumacher AI as Shane's calling it. Yeah, it's like, can this be ready for release in like 16 days? That's my question. Can it? It's like, I just don't see it being like not bug free or whatever, but yeah, I just don't see it being a stable 1.0 release in 16 days. That's just how I feel about it. And it's like, but yeah, like, who knows? Maybe they will release it broken and just release patches and stuff. So I was saying I would show you guys this. So we do have a few lobbies and stuff. There is the create new button that you can do like your host session, your hold on a second. Yeah, lobby name, password, privacy, stuff like that. The realism settings, opponent settings if you wanted to add AI, I guess. Rules, regulations, race settings, car track. Yeah, they have that, which is nice. But yeah, so let's take a look. I saw some servers. So we have all of them are locked though. It looks like. So I guess all of them are locked. Looks like we might have a slight glitch. So quitting out of the multiplayer menu froze the game. So let's just let's just restart, rage quit AMS2. And then we'll just reboot it. One of the nice things though is that, yeah, this is fast boot time and stuff. So it'll just quickly be back and we'll get to check it out. And yeah, so we see here, it is like it's booted up. You can see on the screen. Now it's Game Catcher picks it up. But yeah, let's see, what should we race? Arc Camaro would be fun for an actual race. That's basically like a go-kart. A single race, Arc Camaro. I've been having some weird glitches of it in the rain, so I'm not gonna do that. But let's do Kansai East. We're gonna do 7 laps, I think. 7 laps would be nice. Boom, confirm. Excuse me. We can give that a go. Shane, kiddo's almost asleep, gonna be doing 6 hours racing later. Jeffrey, I will definitely see what I can do. I accidentally still have it set to paddles. Pit maneuver the dude. Oh, whoa! I try to wreck someone and I get what's coming to me. Textbook karma. I tried to wreck that guy. I didn't realize he was next to me. Or wait, what the? Can I really put that on myself though? I was like, I was gonna take the blame for that because I was drifting down, but it's like, he's like, wah! Okay then. So, let's give this another go. And hopefully we don't get murdered this time around. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna change to shifter. I thought that was on me until I watched the replay. I'm glad I did though. But yeah, AI, they need to fine tune it. But it's like, we'll see what happens and things like that. It's like, if you guys remember, Assetto Corsa, their AI was pretty crap until like version 1.4, if I remember correctly. That's when they released that AI patch that really made things a lot better. Yes, Jeffrey. Just great memories of just that intro sequence to R Factor 1. Oh yes. Oh, I was half a second early. I can't let that jump start. Yeah. I want to have some good racing for you guys though, so. Yeah, they have that kind of scripted jump back onto the racing line and ahead of the first corner right there. Well, I guess those taillights are just stickers? Little bump. Why not? Big bump. Why not? You have damage off. But yeah, I thought I had this AI set to 95%. There's slugs through the S's. Oh, wow. That really... Okay. I was there. I was as far right as I could go. Come on, go faster. Go faster. He literally just moves out of the way for me. Oh, I get the bump this time. I would love to watch these over in Sonoma. I'm gonna drop myself back again. I want to actually have some like good moments racing. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, this slow AI is giving me memories of Gran Turismo. Alrighty, so let's get some good racing in. Maybe if I set this to 120, I'd get a competitive race, but anything else at 120 and I'd get my butt handed to me. Yeah, it's through the S's. They're slugs, I believe. Because, yeah, you'll just watch me closing in. We're 6 seconds back last time by, I believe. Make a move on the outside. We're going to keep going. This would be so much fun online, though. I would love to set up like a championship for this. Have a few friends sign up, do a series. Just imagine that kind of racing. The mayhem, the glory. Get going! Get going, man! But yeah, we'll have to see what kind of tools AMS2 will have for starting like series and stuff like that. So yeah, we're 4.9 seconds back. Let's make our move. Go. Slide it out. There we go. Booyah. But yeah, this is reminding me of like the Legends cars in iRacing or the Legends car mod in R Factor 1. I wish they had that in R Factor 2. That would be so much fun to drive. Is there a Legends car mod in Assetto Corsa? Yeah, Josh, if I remember correctly, this basically uses like a Suzuki Hayabusa engine. So yeah, it loves revving. Fun fact, one of my friends, he has a Hayabusa. Last time I checked. He's on his second Hayabusa. He apparently, he topsided through, riding through Bodega Bay, and it was like he almost fell off the cliff, he said, or something like that. But it's like, yeah, he's had horrible luck with motorcycles. he had a Ducati that the transmission seized up on the freeway, and that messed him up pretty bad. He's had like 30 surgeries or something like that, and he's still doing like exercising, working out. I want to say he lost like 30 pounds recently, and it's that kind of guy that he's a true inspiration for what he's accomplished, but not a good role model for things he's done. I'll put it that way. Because it's like, yeah, awesome, you've lost 40 pounds. That's something I want to do, but I don't want to wreck a Hayabusa and like break my back. But yeah, he's one of my friends I met through bowling, actually, when I used to be really into bowling with my friend Jeff. Yeah, Jeff and I are like, back in the early 2010s, we got really into bowling. And then around 2015, I got a job at my local bowling alley, and I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of burnt out on bowling now. So maybe someday I'll get back into it, but we'll see. But yeah, it's like, also what was kind of difficult was just that kind of demoralizing feeling when you kind of hit a brick wall in terms of your high score. So back in, I want to say October 2012 or so, 2012, 2013, I think, I had got a high score of 255. To date, I have not been able to beat that 255 mark. I've gotten like 220s, 230s, maybe even a couple 240s, but I have not been able to pass up that 255. And what was funny was for years, Jeff and I had that same 255 high score. But I just noticed, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, he posted on Instagram that he got a 258. So it's like, ooh, I might need to see if I can pass him up again. We'll see. All right, so someone was asking about the Formula V10. Why not do some testing in that? I love that Formula V10 sound as well. I mean, a lot of the older era F1 cars just sound amazing. We'll go to Imola, however you pronounce it. I forget. But bottom line, it's that Italian track that Senna died on. Hate to say it like that, but yeah. We'll do some testing out. We need to change the shifter again. Again, Riza, please give us presets or the option to change controls in a session. Please. Is that really that hard? What's the foobar reference? I guess I might have made a reference without realizing it. Okay, so we're in the Formula V10. I'm going to shove for a sec. Wow, it is 9:45 right now. So guys, it is 9 p.m. on a Friday night, and you guys are watching me drive a virtual race car. Thank you for dropping by in the stream so far, and let's hope we have some more fun. Remember to hit that like button if you have not already. And yeah. Todd, thank you for that. Right now, I am down about 20 pounds. So basically, I talked about it on my Instagram profile and Facebook profile, actually, because it cross posts. But back in June, you get that kind of wake-up call moment where you step on the scale and it reads the numbers 242. Now, that is a definite shake-up, wake-up call for you. Because I'm about 5'6", 5'7". 5'7" at 240 pounds. That is like a 38% BMI. That is definitely classified as obese, almost dangerously obese. 40, a BMI of 40 is basically like dangerously obese, I believe. That is something that's like, that really will shake you up. And yeah, 240 was a weight I never wanted to be at. And it's like, that is something that you just don't want. So it's something where I felt like I needed to make changes, or else I would be in a really bad spot. So one of the things I like really started focusing on as of a few months ago recently, or actually I'll rewind a bit first. So one of the things I was going through as well was I talked about in the past where I was definitely struggling with depression, anxiety, things like that, and then also was recently going through a breakup, which that will also really shake you up, because it's like, yeah, my girlfriend at the time, she was like someone I would gladly say that I was in love with, and just, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like ultimately like it just came to that one day where she says that, yeah, I don't feel it anymore, and that's one of those things that will just really shake you up. So that is one of the things that like really served as a wake-up call. Another huge thing that really shook me up was when my dad had a mental breakdown. So basically one of the things that happened recently was like, so a couple years ago, my home county was devastated by wildfires, the Tubbs fire and other fires in the area. My dad, he had to evacuate for about a week. Thankfully, his home did not burn down, but his job required him to go to all sorts of different locations that had been destroyed by fires. That he had to go to all sorts of places, burned out fires, and give them quotes on what it would take to rebuild. And it was one of those things where that drained on him. And ultimately, he at times was getting as little as 1 to 2 hours of sleep, and then spending the rest of his night on his phone, his tablet, watching TV, things like that. But yeah, like 6-7 months of no sleep, he like just started having a shift. He started acting erratic, and it was one of those weird things because it was also at the same time he was almost acting more caring about me and my health and my well-being than he had ever been in my life. He was like giving me harsh real talks, and he was giving me some of this attention that I honestly had been craving for years from him. But at the same time, it ended up being part of a mental breakdown. And he had a total mental breakdown, and he was actually admitted into a mental health ward where he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder exacerbated by severe PTSD. And it's one of those things where it's like, he's not a war veteran. He's not like, he never really was in a situation where he was having to like go out and combat or things like that, but going through what my city, like my county went through, having over, I believe, 50,000 homes destroyed, incinerated. And my dad, being in a livestock and stable construction company, he had to go to all these destroyed plantations, all these destroyed ranches, even destroyed wineries, and give him quotes on building a barn, building a fence, things like that. It took a toll on him until he reached his breaking point and snapped. But also is one of those things where seeing my dad go through that and that ordeal, that also gave me a wake-up call on my own thing. So it was something where I felt like, yes, I need to get my mental health evaluated. I needed to get checked. I needed to address some of these issues, these problems I've had for years. I mean, ever since I was even a child, I'd say. So it's like, I went to see a therapist. I went to see a psychiatrist. And I went to try to help get medications to help kind of stabilize myself through depression. Now, full disclosure, I was not diagnosed bipolar, but if you have a parent or immediate family member that's diagnosed bipolar, you have a 25% or so chance of developing a mental health disorder, even depression. So I felt like I needed to go check that out and get myself checked, and really having to go through that. And it's something where that's a tough thing, especially when the medication you're prescribed on is not right for you. So throughout these past 6 to 8 months, I had prescriptions that did not work. And some of the thoughts that go through your head and things like that, that drains you. That really takes a toll. My first medication I was on was Effexor. So Effexor, that did two things. It gave me dark, borderline suicidal thoughts, and it murdered my appetite. I went from 240 pounds, roughly, to 226 with no appetite in the space of a month. That was definitely some things going on. And sorry guys, I'm gonna be addressing the chat in a minute, but I'll get back to you in a minute. So yeah, basically I lost that weight, but in a very unhealthy way. I switched medications. I jumped to another medication, Wellbutrin. The thoughts really start going away, but it's a lot of anxiety, a lot of issues. And also, my weight ballooned right back up. I got up to 238, 239. And it's like, yeah, so I'm back to square one in terms of the weight loss. And then it's like, yeah, so I recently was prescribed on Lexapro, and that is actually doing a major help for me. It's helping stabilize feelings, emotions, things like that. And that's one great thing, at least. So that's one of the things. It is a long road to recovery, and just like getting back to whatever weird thing you like to call normal. I'm not really tense. I'm just kind of like trying to share my story, because the thing is, one of the biggest stigmas in terms of mental health, things like that, is that you're alone. A lot of times through my battles, through my struggles, it is basically like you just get fed this information. No one can relate to you. You're alone. But one of the great things with the sim racing community is that there are a lot of people you can talk to that it's like, yeah, I realize you're not alone. You have a lot of people who go through similar journeys. Those like Will Ford, Busa Media, check him out. He's had some great videos talking about his battles, his struggles, his life, things like that. Then also Jimmy Broadbent. I've been friends with him for maybe like 5-6 years or so, I think. For like a long time I've been friends with him, and I've seen him at his highs, him at his lows. And that really serves as a great inspiration for me to really just be more open and accepting of help when I do need it. But yeah, so back to the weight loss topic we have. To answer your question, Victor, I have re-lost those 20 pounds. I stepped on the scale yesterday. I was down to 222. So just about exactly 20 pounds lost. And yeah, it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of concentration, a lot of effort, and dedication. I do MyFitnessPal to track calories, things like that. And that plays a huge role for me. I like doing bike rides and walks. I'm not really in a state where I can run well, but yeah, bike rides are great for me. Low impact, things like that. This chicane always freaking gets me. But yeah, so it's things like that. So right now I'm at 220. I'd love to get down under 200 by end of summer. That's one of my short-term goals. I would love to get down to maybe like 175. But yeah, it's one of those things that I'm trying to focus on, trying to make an effort to survive. So yeah, let me try to go back to the chat. like backtrack a little bit and see what you guys were talking about. So, yeah, Elite Soulfly, what link are you talking about to verify? So are you talking about for the Discord channel or something like that? A link to verify. I'm trying to get what you mean by that. But yeah, like shameless plug, guys. I do have the social media accounts where I do share behind the scenes stuff. You see that new ticker I just made before the stream on the top right. So Twitter's Sim R Paddock. I believe next is going to be Discord. So that's the Discord link to the YouTube channel. You can go to that from discord.me, or if you scroll up in the chat a bit, Shane Lakes shared a link to get to the channel. Next up would be Facebook, I believe, which is Sim Racing Paddock, 3 words, so you can check that out. But recently I've been getting a lot more active on the next one that is on the ticker, and that is going to be Instagram. And yes, that timing just worked out about perfectly. So Sim Racing Paddock, 1 word, is the account for Sim Racing Paddock. I've been trying to do a little more community involvement in that and posts, things like that. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. But hey, at least it's nice that apparently I'm finally getting at a point where people are saying, oh, you're looking pretty good. So yeah, that's always a plus. But yeah, so I know I just got so distracted by this kind of self-introspection and just talking about my journey and just trying to be supportive for people going through similar things. Let's talk about this car. So again, it's an interesting thing. Slide out the car a bit and it does actually feel a little intuitive like that. That is interesting to see coming from Automobilista 2, from the Madness engine. You're actually able to slide the car out a bit and get a little counter steer. And it's like, yeah, in Project Cars 2, a car like this, it would just bite so hard, it'll shove you off the track. So being able to feel the behavior of this car, feeling just a sense of intuitiveness like that. I mean, granted, it's not easy to catch those slides. It never is. But it feels intuitive to catch these slides. That's one of the great things. But yeah, feeling this out. Granted, I'd still say there is work that needs to be done with the force feedback. It's still very vague. I just can't really put a finger on it. But yeah, Elite Soulfly, I am not tall at all. I am 5'7" on a good day. I'm like, it's funny though, because quite a few of these sim racing personalities are short guys. I am taller than Sean Cole. When he was part of Inside Sim Racing, I was taller than John Sable. And it's like, yeah, like, I am admittedly a short person. When I did the go-kart class at Sonoma Raceway back in 2011, when I was 17, they had to put pedal extension blocks on the cart for me to fit. It was weird. I gotta say that. It was just one of those goofy things. But yeah, I mean, just the sim racing community is a great example of great guys that can just really be inspiring and supportive. It's like, I mean, yeah, I know like Will Ford, Boostin' Media, he's going through a rough time with some stuff going on, and we're able to talk to each other, be like friends, and that's the thing. It's like, a lot of people ask me at times, how do you feel about other sim racing YouTubers? Is there a rivalry? Is there the combative nature? Things like that. And it's like, no, it's a great community. I mean, there are some of the people I'm not close to, like Darren. Darren Ganji, it's like, admittedly, there were actions I did, actions he did that just drove a rift between us. But it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, as a whole, the sim racing community is very close knit. I'm like, you see the rivalry and goofy nature I have with Gamer Muscle, but ultimately, like, he's a good friend. He'll message me at times, check on me, see how I'm doing. Jimmy Broadbent, him and I don't talk as much as we used to anymore, but still, like, we're pretty good friends. Will Ford, I've mentioned. Then there's also Chris Hay. Chris Hay, he's a great guy I love to talk to at times. And it's like, sure, I sometimes get jealous of their subscriber counts, things like that. But it's like, when it's all said and done, we are just people who love sim racing and want to share our love with this community. And yeah, it's like, there's a lot of love for sim racing that can go around, and that's one of the great things. So yeah, it's interesting because people ask me, oh, can you not stand Gamer Muscle after the things he says? It's like, dude, we're friends, we give each other crap, why not? It's fun, it's just goofing and things like that. It's like, if he meant malicious intent, that would be one thing, but it's like, it's all for the, like, stuff about fun. That's what I'm gonna say. Do I ever get tempted to punt Super GT? He's a good friend as well. I talk to him at times. I'm working on maybe doing this like collaborative video with myself and a few other YouTubers, himself included. But yeah, he's a good friend, I'll say that. So yeah, it's like, it's just interesting to think about, but hey, it's like a lot of us are great friends, and that's what really matters. So yeah, okay, so we've done this car. Another one I want to test out was the Super V8. This car is fun, and I just want to see, can we do a little more slidey with this? But first off, I'm gonna do something with the controls. So they actually recommend the FX slider at 0. This is like recommended settings they did in the forums for forums for the force feedback. So yeah, this flavor thing, it's nothing though. This does absolutely nothing. This is just remnant UI from like the Madness engine, and it's like, yeah. So the gain, yeah, 35%, which is pretty good. I have it set to 100% in the SimiQ profiler. Actually, real quick, what I'm gonna do is I am going to actually we're going to pull up my SimiQ profiler and let's take a look. So this is the SimiQ profiler, and this is my AMS2 setting as of right now. So AMS2, 900 degrees rotation, bump stop range, I added a little extra, so it's like you get a little more. Overall strength, 100%. SimiQ force reconstruction filter, I built this, I believe, off of the original AMS preset. So if we look at the AMS preset here, where is it? Automobilista there. So yeah, it's very similar. Maybe I should have actually done it closer to the Project Cars 2 feedback, but they said, yeah, it's closer to AMS, so that's what I did. So yeah, I don't know if these other filters are actually doing stuff. Ultra low latency mode is pretty nice. Or yeah, so these filters, yeah, they would be doing stuff. These direct input stuff, I don't think they're doing anything, but we'll see. But yeah, so it's interesting to see how this goes and everything like that. All right, Jeffrey, you have a good night, man. Thanks for recommending my stuff. So yeah, that's basically a quick rundown of my presets and stuff. So yeah, we can go back out and take a look. So turn on display capture again. Not display, game capture. There we go, we're back. So yeah, that's basically what I have set for force feedback as of right now. I don't know if/when they're going to provide a more in-depth and optimized menu. I'm hoping sooner rather than later. But yeah, it's like, compared to AMS1, it is a little disappointing. I'm going to give it that. It's something where ultimately I wish it was a little better. So we have this triple screen option here. So it's like, can I run triples while doing streaming? Let's take a look. So go back. I'm going to restart the game real quick. We'll see if this ultimately can do anything triple wise. Because I'm kind of curious. Will I be able to handle doing triples while doing this? So we'll find out. Fingers crossed. But yeah, since it's the similar engine to AMS, I'm kind of, or not AMS, Project Cars 2. We'll see. Oh wait, I freaking launched Automobilista. Whoops. Coronavirus brain, yay. Or more, it's just like working hard brain. I'll put it that way. Okay, so the spanning is okay. So what I might do is, to get the chat back, I can try taking a look at getting the chat on my phone, because that might be something I need to do instead of having it on this, because now I'm running triples. So yeah, I'm trying to monitor the stream. I have no idea if you guys are saying anything at the moment. So let's see. Live testing. That's not working. So display capture. I'll tap that real quick. Well, Josh, I did drive AMS1 recently. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll take a look real quick. So I'm going to move the bottom camera, and you can see we have the center screen, right screen, and left screen. Yeah, the triples is working. We'll see how it is in driving. I'm curious to see how it is performance-wise, because that's one of the things that is kind of important. I want to make sure it's a good stream for you guys, and yeah. So, yeah, Mike, I will agree with you on that. Like, it is a pretty significant difference in terms of the force feedback and everything. So yeah, let's go into the Metal Moro. The Metal Moro should be an interesting one to try out. And then we'll do the Red Bull Ring. Why not? All right, so guys, let me know what the frame rate is like for this experiment trying to stream with triples, because I have no clue, because I know it's going to tax my CPU at least, and GPU. What I am going to do is, actually real quick, I'm going to turn on my FPS counter. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, I'm running 44 frames per second. I'm going to turn down some of the settings, I think. But yeah, it looks like some of the UI elements might need to be tuned down a little better. So let's go back. Options, because I was setting it to ultra settings before. So performance, we'll go high, 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 high. Oh, that's reminding me of Office. Hi, 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 hi. We'll do SMAA medium. That should be okay for us, I think, for the moment. We'll restart the game real quick. Again, jump out of there. It says restart the game to work it, and it's like the game freezes. So there's a bug there that needs to be a little ironed out. So yeah, it's that kind of beta and stuff like that that needs to be a little sorted out. But yeah, Mike, that's what I've been saying. It's like there's some elements of the force feedback that need to be a little more refined, and hopefully that happens. We'll see how it is. But I'm actually pretty darn surprised at how improved this has become in the third update. So what I'm gonna do though is I need to do some I could get the field of view adjustment. Increase view angle. Decrease view. That should be good. So we can go into there, test day, Metalmoro AJR. But yeah, this game is very promising. I also noticed Chris Hay, he posted his initial impressions on Automobilista 2. And I know he's a little delayed, guys, but give him some slack. He just had a kid, for crying out loud. So yeah, it's like, yeah, I recommend you guys check out that video. Okay, so that should be relatively decent field of view at the moment. So let me guys know what you think. So right now I'm running 70 frames per second. That's pretty good. High settings, triple screens. Let me know how smooth it's running though, because that's kind of important. Want to make sure it's a pretty smooth experience for you. It's dropping below 60 though for the setup, and yeah, I'm running triple screen stuff like that, and off a GTX or RTX 2070, so it's gonna drain and stuff. But yeah, if someone can say how smooth the gameplay's looking, that would be awesome. Thanks in advance. But it's nice to see all the UI elements are constrained just to the single screen. There are some sims that will stretch it across all three, and it's like, that gets frustrating. A little choppy for you, okay. So I think I'll revert back to single screen. But yeah, some people ask me, why do you not stream on triple screens? And it's like, well, this is why. Because I could theoretically drop it down to medium and get better performance, but I'm trying to make it good for you guys, and that's the thing. I'm an entertainer. I need to try to make sure you guys are entertained, things like that. Yeah, right now we're running 63, 64, 65 frames per second, but it just feels a little off. So yeah, I'm gonna jump out of this. But yes, so guys, for people who are asking, triple screen support works. There is functional, true triple screen support, which like I wouldn't expect any less from the Madness engine. Like, you can fault it all you want, but Project Cars 2 has one of the best triple screen supports out of any sim racing title, and that extends now to Automobilista 2. So that's great to see. Yeah, I've considered the idea of running a dedicated streaming PC in the future. Will Ford, he was wanting to talk to me in the future about like maybe giving me some tips, things like that about that. But ultimately for now, I'm still doing just single screen stuff. And that's fine for me for now. But yeah, so again, this thing like UI freezes up whenever it says, oh, you need to restart to make changes. So boom, close the game. So yeah, that's something that they need to issue a hotfix for, and I know it's a matter of time before they do. But yeah, now bright side, I get the chat back. Yay! Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I do not know. But yeah, so it's something where definitely like. Yeah, so I'm just looking over the quick chat real quick. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Mike Smith, that is an interesting point. You wanted Project Cars 2 content with AMS1 force feedback physics. And it's almost the opposite. You get AMS1 content with... I wouldn't go as far as saying Project Cars 2 physics, because still, this is really, really good compared to what we had before. So yeah, like all things considered, this is really good, like really good foundation and stuff. So yeah, it's something I like to see, but at the same time, it's something you want to see more out of. Because basically, the way I see it as of right now is this is all content that was just carried over from Automobilista. So this is basically Automobilista, but in a different engine. That's ultimately what this is right now. What is it that really is going to push it to the point where it is Automobilista 2? That is what I'm wondering. And that's one of the questions that I have right now that Mike Smith really just brought up. Do I think if they launched it today, would it be successful? Now, bugs aside, it is a situation where, in terms of content, I'm not sure. Because there are going to be the Automobilista fans, the sim racing fans that will jump on this. There are going to be the fans, but it's like, what is Riza Studios really bringing to the table? And I mean, it's like, yeah, it's Automobilista in virtual reality with day to night transitions, with better graphics. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, what other things are you bringing? What are you doing, like, to entice more people? And it's like, okay, well, I mean, they're going to have more packs, things like that. They've already announced the season pass, things like that. But there's a lot riding on this. It's like, are people really wanting Automobilista but on the Madness engine? For some people, that answer is yes. For some people, that answer is no. And it's like, yeah, what's going to happen? What's going to be worked out? And we'll see. And then there's the elements where, like, at the same time, again, we're seeing, I got a decent launch. And, whoa! And it's like, the AI gets the rocket ship launch. That's just slightly off-putting. And it's like, yeah, it's like, sure, they're getting that launch, but it's somewhat unrealistic. That wet weather driving behavior, that's unrealistic. And yes, that is carryover from Project Cars. Because I remember there was a stream I did in the past where I basically rage quit a Project Cars 2 stream because of the way the AI handled in the rain. The way they just would leave you in the dust. And it's like, really? Really? They're going to do that? So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of questions that remain to be seen. And we'll see what happens. But ultimately, like, what is Riza Studios' goal? What are they trying to do from this? And I think part of it is they are trying to make a better experience and a better platform for the stuff that is to come. So it's like, I have no doubt they're going to add exciting new trucks. I would love to see them add their own version of Bathurst, where I believe it's Bathurst. I got crucified before when I said it Bathurst in a stream or something like that. But yeah, it's like, I would love to see them do that because the V8 supercar they have in the game is pretty darn awesome. It's a lot of fun to drive. But ultimately the question is, yeah, it's like, I could just imagine people saying like, well, why isn't this in the base game? And it's like, yeah, and it's those questions I still have. And it's like, yeah, and we'll see what happens. We'll make Like, and I want to see Risa Studios succeed. I want to see them do great works, and I know they are capable of it. And it's like, we'll see how that goes. We'll see what happens. And I'm still excited to see what they might pull out of the hat, but it's like, right now I'm a little nervous. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I'm slightly nervous about what may happen, but it's like, I think they do have the potential to really pull something great out, and we'll see what ultimately happens. But yeah, it's like, will they add more content to the game for version 1.0? And then also some other questions. Where's the stadium trucks? Where's Rallycross? Because it's like, yeah, Project Cars 2 Madness Engine, it does have support for Joker laps. So they do have the support to add Rallycross well in here. But will they, or is that going to be a post 1.0 release? I don't know. So it's, yeah, like, what's going to happen? But yeah, this is a serviceable, good racing sim. I'll put it that way. It actually is like, whoa. This is a fun racing sim I'm having a lot of fun with. And ultimately the question is, will I have fun with it a year from now? Will I have fun with it a year or two from now? And yeah, we'll see what happens. I know, Backfire. It's me scrambling trying to find my thoughts on this because it's a touchy subject, because Risa Studios makes great work. And at the same time, what is the new work we are seeing out of this besides the migration to a new engine? And it's not much right now. Like, there is no new car or new track, to my knowledge, in this sim. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a car in this car roster that is not an Automobilista 1? I'm not sure. Because all the Caterhams are there, the Arc Camaro, the COPA Classic, the Fuchsia, the COPA Truck, the Uno 1, Formula Classics, the Formula 3. Actually, the Formula Classics, they might not have all of these like models. So they might have expanded the Formula Classic. So there's that. The Formula V, did they have the shark fin in AMS 1? But it's like, yeah. So it's that. Like, what new things are they bringing to the table? I mean, could they add a GT3 class? GT3 is really popular. They can market that. But yeah, it's just... These P2 and P3s, they were in. Like, they just call them a different class in this game. So those were in. So yeah, we are going to go to Stock Car Brazil. And we'll go to like one of the only British tracks, or not British, Brazilian tracks I know. And that is Interlagos. Sorry, I know it's like the standard Brazilian track. It's basically the only one I really know. So we'll go with that. And just thinking really quick, we'll change the shifters. Okay, GT3s are added in the summer. Okay. That's nice to hear. So, okay, there's going to be that. But it's like, okay, what tracks are we going to see? What are we going to see to really flesh out this experience? Because, yeah, right now, I believe the price for AMS2 is going to be about $40. And you're going to be spending $40 for AMS1 in a new engine. Now, some people will find that worth it. But yeah, it's like, okay, we'll see how this goes. And this new engine, it does give a lot of things to like. We do have the day to night transition. We have the weather. We have the VR support now. we have the feeling it's actually a modern thing, and we'll see how that goes. Whew, little loose there. Driving with the correct field of view on a single monitor is such a pain. Like, I know it's weird for me to say that, but it's like, I like cheating the field of view a little bit, giving a little more depth and stuff to that. But yeah, it's like, these moments when you're racing, it's a lot of fun, but it's like a lot of people are gonna want to look for, whoa, and okay, so what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna cheat out the field of view a bit. And I know it's not authentic, guys. I know that. I'll get 100 comments or whatever saying that's not the right field of view. Well, it's like, whatever. I'm trying to at least have some fun and give you guys a good experience. Wait, did I actually get a decent start? What? Those are possible in this game? Right now? Okay. Whoa. First corner ride is still a thing, but generally, like, AI performance is one of the last things that'll be tuned up and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I think this is gonna be my last stream of the night. I need food. I only had lunch today, so it's like, yeah, I need to get some food. But yeah, let's share some of my more closing thoughts about this. So yeah, it's interesting to see where Automobilista 2 is heading. There are a lot of things I like about it. There are a lot of things I'm not the biggest fan of. And right now we're at roughly the halfway point of this beta period. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, we're more in the second half, but yeah, you get what I mean. But yeah, I gotta say, this really does look good, and okay, third time's charm, guys, third time's charm. So yeah, okay, so you are seeing that these cars are lively, though. That's one things I'm looking for, and these cars will actually slide. I like that, and now it's a little more manageable. And I'll admit, this third update is really light. This really is a light update. I'll be perfectly honest. Yeah, it's a light update. And it's like, okay, well, what's going to happen in these next couple weeks before the release? And I'm hoping things like work out, but it's like, okay, what are we going to see? And yeah, what I see right now is a good racing sim. Not great, but good. It's just, what are we going to see? What is going to happen with everything? What are we going to see? New cars, new tracks, things like that. So there is going to be beta 4. Beta 4 will include things such as the garage screen, which is one of the things that a lot of us are waiting for, being able to tune our cars. That's kind of important in the sim racing title. That should be coming out a week from today, I believe. I believe it's a week from today or a week from yesterday. But yeah, that will be exciting to see when that comes out, and yeah. But I mean, this is fun. I'll give it that. This is a lot of fun. These cars are lively. These cars have personality, which I wouldn't say nearly as much about in Project Cars 2. But yeah, we're getting this feeling of the car that's pretty nice. And yeah, I'm not the biggest in terms of Brazilian stock car racing, obviously, but yeah, I am legitimately having a fun time. And at the end of the day, isn't that really what matters? Like, having fun driving these virtual cars, holding on to this steering wheel that's connected to a computer cable. And it's like, yeah, isn't that all what we're really looking for? Getting this experience to try to race these cars and just have a good time. But yeah, it's some weird mixed emotions for me because Automobilista 2 is a weird enigma as of right now, because yeah, it's something where yes, it is Automobilista on a different engine. What are we really seeing to push it to that number 2? And it's one of those interesting things because yeah, if we look at the jump from R Factor to R Factor 2, there was some stuff that got carried over, like Mills Metro Park. That was a fun track in R Factor, got carried over to R Factor 2. But at the same time, they added new content. They added stuff like it was the Formula Renault. They had that. They had, like years later, they added stock cars, things like that. But they added fresh content. Things like, what other cars? They had that weird Nissan GTR GT1 car. That was interesting to drive. The Camaro GT3 car. They added content that it might not have been content many people wanted to drive, but it was interesting new content. And yeah, so it's like, are people going to spend $40 to play the same cars in virtual reality with day to night transition and weather? A lot of people, that's going to be yes, because I'm imagining JS NATO, you likely bought Automobilista because it sounds like you are a big Brazilian fan, and then it sounds like you would likely enjoy Automobilista 2 with virtual reality if you have a VR headset, day and night transition weather. I actually have a use for the wiper in the middle of the screen. So it's like, yeah, it's that kind of thing. And there's still those things that need to be ironed out. But Riza Studios has always done a great job figuring out the intricacies of a game engine. Look at what they were able to do from the ISI Motor 1 engine. That ISI Motor 1 engine came out in 2005. And they were able to do things like the tire wear, the flat spotting simulation. They have all of that, and that was impressive. They had the animations of the car parts. They had the flapping rear wing, like that would like move around under like load, things like that. And they really squeak all they can out. Now, are they going to do the same out of the Madness engine? Time will tell. And a lot of those things they wanted to do are now like in the Madness engine. But yeah, for example, tire wear. To my knowledge, we don't really have solid flat spotting simulation. So, well, ow! Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, but yeah. So yeah, that force feedback can really hurt you if you're not careful. With the direct drive wheel, you just saw an example of it. And you just saw me fall back to 19th place now. Oof. That was rough. But yeah, JS, I'm guessing they would operate the push to pass. I don't see it yet in here, unfortunately, but yeah, it was before. So let's see if we can actually get some action here. But yeah, so it's like, what modifications could we see to help flesh out Automobilista 2? For example, flat spotting. I wanted to show that example there. It's like, it looks like that rear right might be flat spotted a little bit, but I don't feel anything like flat spotting wise through the force feedback or anything like that. So it's like, okay, well, how is this going to work? How is this going to be? And yeah, there's those questions that I'm hoping get answered soon. And yeah, so we'll see where it goes. And at the very least, this is leaving me excited. The physics are pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. And we're seeing they made a legitimate improvement in beta 3 over beta 2. So that is also great to see. AI, they could use a little improvement. I mean, 95% AI and me making a pass like that. And I know I'm not the greatest driver. So it's like, okay, well, they need to kind of tune the AI, make it maybe a little faster, a little slower on the starts though. So it's like, okay, well, how's this gonna go? And of course, AI is one of the last things to get adjusted in a beta, things like that. So it's like, okay, all things considered, there's still a lot on the plate, and I'm hoping that if, when Riza Studios pushes out version 1.0, the initial release of Automobilista 2, people will understand it for what it is. It has a lot of great potential, but there's still work that needs to be done. So yeah, we're gonna have 2 more laps of this. So yeah, those are my main thoughts, concerns, things I like, things I don't about Automobilista 2 as of beta version number 3. And yeah, so version 4 should be coming out, I believe, Friday. And I'll see about trying to do a live stream about it when that comes out, or maybe a video talking about it or something like that. Maybe I'll change up, do a pre-recorded video again, share my thoughts, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, at least it sounds like Riza Studios is making an effort to try to make things better, and that's one of the things that I definitely cannot fault them for. Because yeah, sure, this is basically AMS1 on a different engine right now. Wow. But yeah, I mean, yeah, being able to catch a slide like that, or this, that is really nice to be able to see out of the Madness engine. So they are making modifications, they are making improvements, they are making changes, and I'm happy to see those. But what all are we going to see? And also, are we going to get people in it for the long haul? That's a big question. So yeah, guys, this is definitely a lot of food for thought, I'll be honest. It's a lot of introspection, analysis, and trying to just figure out what is going on and what is going to happen as time progresses. But yeah, all things considered, I am pretty excited. It is something where I'm having fun. I'm legitimately having fun. And that's a big thing, a big compliment to say. And granted, I've been driving like crap in this live stream, but at the same time, I'm still having fun figuring out AMS, figuring out what works, what doesn't, and things like that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things progress as time goes on. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna start my sign off here because we're halfway through the last lap. So yeah, these are my thoughts on AMS2 and where I see it going, where I see it regressing, where I see it advancing, and things like that. And remember, guys, this is beta version number 3. It's definitely rough around the edges, but it's something to be expected. So yeah, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, had fun experiencing it with me, the emotional ups, the emotional downs, the emotional outbursts, things like that. If you guys like that, then hit the like button and hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And hopefully you'll stay tuned for upcoming videos, things like that in the near future. But until then, guys, for the Sim Racing Paddock, I am William Marsh, and thank you for watching.